This is A Game. Fast acting, long lasting, with no side effects.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I am your host, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So what we're talking about is this is part 3 of my mini series, games that Black women play, and this game is called There Are No Good Men. Now, on the face of it, this to some people is a legit concern. Where are all the men who aren't playing games? Where are all the men who want real relationships? This game can also be called Black Men Don't Actually Want Relationships, okay? And I find this to be a game because the whole concept is kind of cap. It's a concept that sounds good, but it's not good. When you start peeling back the layers, it doesn't really make any sense. And the reason why I say it doesn't really make any sense is because a lot of these women are out here not really looking for relationships in the first place. They are running around and trying to experience life and, get their rocks off and go through life and finding themselves and finding what they like and all of this other type of stuff, which is all euphemisms for I'm going to hoe around until I'm tired of hoeing around. And when I get tired of doing that, there should be a cachet of good men who are willing to take me on, not judge my past, not look at anything that I've done, and not attempt to qualify me as a wife. Just take me as I am, regardless of who I am and what I am. Regardless of the fact whether I'm an asset or a liability, he's just supposed to accept me because I said so. So there are a few issues with this. The first thing is that an assessment is made. These are some of the assessments made that they support this argument with. Black men don't want relationships because all they want is sex. Black men are not concerned with you being a good woman as long as you are a good looking woman. And so then Black women started focusing on the outer exterior rather than what goes on inside of her. So she started focusing on the big booty. She started focusing on, the hair, the nails, the this, the that, the Magic City uniform. That's where that really came into play. Shout out to Pink Book Lessons for that terminology. That's where these 304 started really getting into the Magic City uniform, the hair and, the whole 9 yards, and looking a certain way, her face being bead and, all of this type of thing, even to the extent of going under the knife, trying to get BBLs to try to achieve a particular physical shape or particular look, even if they didn't naturally have that type of body. Okay. And I'm going to tell you where this assessment came from, because it didn't just come out of the blue, but I'm going to tell you where it came from. This assessment has been based on the lowest common denominator type of men. The assessment that men don't care what you are inside as long as you look good, but that booty though, that type of mentality, that stems directly from the F-boy. That stems directly from the F-19, okay? That's from that caliber of guy. That's the guy that don't got no order for you no way. He's just as chaotic as you anyway. He not interested in he don't got a leadership bone in his body. Okay? He wouldn't know a system, order, or structure if it smacked him in the face. All right? So he doesn't care. He doesn't have anything to really give you in terms of masculinity, in terms of stability, in terms of giving you the 4 P's, his provision, his problem solving, his protection, and his procreation in a healthy way, or in a stable way, or in a way that helps him or you. This is a man that usually doesn't have a whole lot of purpose and direction in his life. So he can't give you purpose and direction in your life. He doesn't really have a vision. He doesn't really have anything that he's really doing or anything that he's really about. He's floating through life. You know what I'm saying? He's aimless. He's a boat without a rudder. So he can't give you what he doesn't have. So this is the guy that they're making these assessments based on. Okay, that guy. And the reason they're making their assessment based on that type of guy is because these are the types of guys that she attract. Because little do she realize she's the lowest common denominator female, and they are two peas in a pod. So while she's frowning her nose up at that pea in that pod, she's failing to realize the only reason she can see that pea in that pod is because she's sitting right next to him in the same pod. Okay? Or here's the other thing that no one actually talks about. Why women make the assessment, especially Black women, that Black men only look at exterior beauty to the exclusion of a woman's internal value is because she's also basing it on when she started fooling with dudes, and that was in high school. When you messing with a 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old boy, he is only looking at the exclusive, the outside, the exterior. That's the only thing that he's looking at. He only looking at how cute you are. He only looking at what your body look like. He only looking at, he doesn't care and doesn't really know how to assess a woman's internal value anyway, because he's not looking for that. He in high school too. You know what I'm saying? He's a young man. He's a walking piece of testosterone, okay? He doesn't care about none of that, all right? He only cares about how you look. He's not looking for a wife. He don't even know what to look for in a woman to qualify for her for that anyway. And he's not at an age where he's even a husband. The problem is that women keep their thoughts about what men want right there. They never evolve that. What never occurs to women is that a man's need and his desires concerning the qualities that a woman has to have in order to be part and parcel of his life changes as he gets older. And this is indicative of the women's mindset not evolving past high school age and men actually coming past that point, if you understand what I'm talking about. Because what's happening is she's still thinking that the men or the boys she was dealing with, you know, anywhere from 16 to like 21 or 22 is thinking like that. She's not realizing that once he gets in his late 20s, early 30s and beyond, his assessment of women, his needs for what he wants her to do in his life and be in his life and what qualifies her actually changes because he changes. He becomes more valuable and he becomes more seasoned. So he's not so enraptured in only a woman's looks. See, women try to construe a man being visual and him wanting a good looking woman to mean that he only wants her to look good to the exclusion of every other quality or every other value. And that is not true. What this does, though, is that this is a roundabout way for Black women to blame Black men for them not being wife material, for them really not qualifying for the types of men that they are asking for, that they want to be around, that they want to have in their lives. So they're kind of blaming the men for their lack of positive growth as women. The other thing is that ultimately Black women want, this is what Black women really want. They want Black men to hold other Black men accountable and make them better men, right? They want to get rid of, to a certain extent, not completely, but they want to get rid of the F-boy pool, and they want the good men pool to hold them men accountable and make them a better quality of men, while simultaneously, and this is impossible, while simultaneously making those men better men that will still choose the women without the women having to do any work or evolve or meet any criteria or standard. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is the crux of the matter. I'm going to break it down one more time. Ultimately, Black women want good, upstanding, quality Black men to hold the F-boys accountable and to raise their level of being a man to their level, to the level of the good men. But the caveat is that they don't want to really disturb the dynamic of them men. Once they become better men, they still want those men to choose them. But they don't actually, the women don't actually make an improvement on themselves. It's crazy, but that's what Black women actually want. They don't actually want good men. And this is why I'm saying this is a game that Black women like to play. They don't actually want good men because better men require her to be better. The thing that I just said about what they want is an impossibility. It doesn't work that way. Even if the men wanted to do that, life doesn't work that way. If men become better, the toll become higher to be in his life. If you want to just be mired in mediocrity, if you want to be below average, you're going to have to accept the below average guy. And he's going to be below average in his masculinity. He's going to have below average provision. He's going to have below average problem solving ability. He's going to have below average protection ability. And he's going to have below average procreation. The D might be good, but the emotional attachment is going to be missing. Completely. He's not going to emotionally attach to you. So he'll come through and give you good D, but he won't talk to you. He won't have a conversation for you. He won't have any other part of affection or love or emotional support or anything like that for you. Therefore, a relationship cannot be built with him. Okay? So a man, you don't want good men because a man being about his business as a man, that's cool. But then this very thing makes you accountable as a woman in your femininity and your womanhood. Can you match energy with him? If he bringing his masculinity, can you bring your femininity? And this isn't just for the so-called high value man and alpha, because by statistics and by percentage, it's only a small group of them. The wider group is what we call here on this channel, the regular Rob, the regular old brother, the regular Rob. If he has the ability to give you a proper, healthy covering of his 4 P's and his masculinity, if he can give you proper covering of provision, his foresight, his masculine light, if he can give you proper problem solving skills, he's good at solving problems and things of that nature. If he can give you proper protection and a structure to provide that protection, and if he gives you proper procreation, he still requires you to be able to come to the relationship without all of this excess chaos and ridiculousness. You still can't show up to him without meeting no type of standard. He's still the guy that don't want you to have 3-4 baby daddies. He's still that guy. He still don't want that. He don't have to be making 6 figures to demand that you don't bring an untold amount of trouble and threat and chaos to his life. He don't have to make that. You think he got to make that type of money to demand basic respect and to have a basically good feminine woman by his side. No, his covering is good. His covering is good. Nothing wrong with his covering. Just because he don't make $250,000 a year, nothing wrong with his covering. Nothing wrong with his masculinity. He's an upgrade to you anyway. While you trying to look crazy, he's your upgrade. He not coming up off of you. You coming up off of him. The regular guy, because a regular Rob can own a home. A regular Rob can have, you know what I'm saying? He can have these things and he can have the potential to go further than that. So you still can't come to his life and be whatever. You cracked out, poured out, slowed out, coming to him talking about he better take you. Girl, if you don't knock it off. And last but not least, let me define what a good man is. In the minds of a lot of Black women, A good man is simply a man that will fund her single independent lifestyle while she's married to him in order for him to be her lifelong safety net. Boom. That's what a good man is. A good man to these 304s, these hyenas nowadays, is a man that's willing to step into their life, fund their single independent lifestyle, upgrade their lifestyle, while allowing them to still maintain their independence and single womanhood, and him be her lifelong safety net forever. And she don't have to give him nothing in return. He has to give her all of these things in perpetuity. He can't fall off. It can't decrease, nothing. She can do what she want to do. She can fall off and decrease. She can get fat. She can get ugly. She can stop sex. She can do all kind of stuff. She can do whatever she wants. But he has to maintain himself at a high level at all times. That's what a good man is. Not fooling anybody. The other people who aren't fooling anybody before we wrap this up is Black Lives Matter. So in the description box, you will find a link to a petition that we have going against Black Lives Matter to hold them accountable for the more than $90 million in donated funds that they've been receiving since 2020 that they absconded with, that they took the bag and ran and used it for their own personal gains, family, and friends. So this petition, if you want to be part of holding them accountable, what you want to do is click the link in the description box for the petition, sign it, share it, and contribute to it. Also, sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.